Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the last and most exciting game of the Jawa Cup. As always, I am D Tartag1, better known as Dan Tartaglione. So here we go. We have a game between Mike Kessling and Brad Reinhold. This one's going to be exciting, everybody. Both these players are playing for the top eight of the Jawa Cup. It is a win and you're in match, so that's really exciting. Brad is playing dark side. I know that. Mike is playing light side. Uh, Here we go. The table has been posted. Both players are in it. So here we go. Brad versus Mike. We got Diplo versus Set Your Course for Alderon. Mike going with the typical start of R2D2 and C3PO. Mike looks like he does have the dark side Alderon on the table. So looks like he's gonna go, or he's going to be playing one of the new cards. Okay, starting interrupts from both players. Brad shows quad drive yards. An effective demonstration. Yep, there it is. There's the new card that I was just talking about. And a million voices crying out. So effective demonstration. The way it works is attempts to blow up Alderaan are +5. If Alderaan has been blown up, you add a light side icon to the Death Star. So you make it a battleground. And then everywhere, all your opponent's battle destinies are their total is -1. So that's pretty significant. And then also once per game you can pull the super laser. I mean, don't get me wrong. That part of the card is okay and everything, but the big part of that card is blowing up Alderaan, and afterwards you can do Alderaan. This one is interesting because anytime you deploy a Star Destroyer, a unique Star Destroyer, you retrieve 3. So Brad's going to be retrieving after he blows up. Okay, and interesting to see Mike playing the new Hero of 1,000 Devices. Once per game, you can deploy an R2 unit droid. During your battle where your droid present with a scomp link, you get your total power is +1, +3 if you have another droid present with a scomp link at a related location. So that's interesting. That's kind of cool because R2 is an R2 droid, obviously, and he's already present at a scomp link on the Tantive 4. So here we go. Both players have their grabbers out already. No surprise there. There's now Hutta for Brad. Again, Brad is thrawn3661. Mike Kessling is troop1023. Both really, really good guys. Like, I don't care who wins this one because, again, if either of them makes the top 8, it's going to be a good top 8 regardless. But at the same time, again, like I said, both these guys are really good guys, so I'm rooting for both of them. Okay, there's the Super Laser and the Death Star War Room. And it looks like Brad is just going to, after he got the Super Laser out, he's just going to move the Death Star and then and then draw a few cards. Now, the Death Star is at Parsec 0 right now. Or no, at Parsec 1. So, and it just needs to get at Parsec 2 to orbit Alderaan. So next turn he'll be able to orbit Alderaan, and yeah. Okay, so Brad will draw up. He's got an 11 card hand at this point, or no, he's got a 10 card hand at this point. He is activating 11. Anytime, Greg. Like I said, I really want to see both these players do well. Like, they're both really good guys. Mike Kessling, probably one of the nicest guys in Star Wars, out there with Brian Fred. Uh, Mike has like the backing of so many people with Star Wars, so that's one clear advantage. Okay, so he's got out Mos Eisley already. He's looking to deploy the farm as well with I Must Be Allowed to Speak. So, and the fact that Alderaa's on the table already. Team Nice Allies. I don't know. You guys have. No, you're pretty nice. Bill's okay. Charlie's okay. I don't know who. Oh yeah, you guys still got CRG. So yeah, there's that. Uh, no, I said B Fred. So yeah, I mean, that works. Uh, so the fact that Alderaan's already on the table for Mike, that's pretty good for him. He doesn't have to pull it. He is getting an icon from it, so he could get. Like I said, he doesn't need to really get uh, anything from there. So he could just have gotten like Mos Eisley or the Cantina. Okay, so Leia's resistance transport comes down, so he is going to get a free pull. He does get Rey, so it also is going to give him a use pile pull here. Now, what's interesting is he can actually deliver the plans this turn. Yeah, that's a good point, Jared. I like that. That's kind of cool. Uh, I mean, both players, like I said, are playing with new set or 17 cards, so I like that. He's also playing with the Distar reactor terminal, so that tells me he's going to have some devices on the table. Okay, there's a Miter of the Public from Mike. Probably going to go get like Bail Organa. That way he can put him onto the Tan of 4. Mike does have to be a little cautious because Brad is running Star Destroyers. If we see, like, say, tractor beams, in, like, say, you come down with, like, tractor beams against the Tanov and just capture it, that would be a really bad time. Okay, so we got Captain. So on the Tanov 4 right now, we have Ramus Antilles. Immune to lateral damage and immune to attrition less than 5. We also have Bail Organa on there. Cannot be targeted by weapons, so the super laser is useless against the Tanov right now. But like I said, as soon as I saw that there is the Death Star reactor terminal out, that's telling me the possibility of tractor beams. But we'll see. Mike taking his time here, just deliberating on what he wants to do. Like I said, he could theoretically deliver the plans this turn, but we know that Brad is going to be orbiting Alderaan next turn, so I don't know. Like it's a little risky because, like I said, because he is running Star Destroyers, obviously. I don't know if Mike wants to chance it here. I mean, he could just consolidate at Nalhada for right now. It would be a drain of 2. Greg's saying that Mike should deliver the plans this turn. Like I said, it could be risky. It could very well be risky. I mean, that I'm not sure of. Jared might be able to tell you what happens to the ships. Uh, I've never had it happen. Like, tapes will still get delivered, and the system to the yeah that I do know. Like, you're still delivering the tapes, but I mean, even though Alderaan's not there, but I don't know like the ships get hit by asteroid damage or anything. That'd be kind of cool. Okay, Brad's gonna play We Must Accelerate Plans to take probably a We Must Accelerate Plans out of his deck. Ah, yes, the thank you so much. We were uh, Drawlek and I, Jaron, were gonna play today at this time. We rescheduled it so that way I could actually stream this game. So again, thank you so much for rescheduling it to tomorrow. So tomorrow in the for the Get PC, I'll be playing at least game one at this time as well. So make sure you turn into that if you want to see me lose spectacularly. Forlom goes down to the Blockade Flagship Bridge. That will allow Brad now to put cards back into his deck. We know that he's got a We Must Accelerate Earth Plans in his use pile. He's got a 3 cards that he used to deploy Forlom, and he's got one of the cards that he put down with Forlom as well. And Brad's going to move the Death Star to orbiting Alderaan, and then he is going to end his turn. Okay, here we go with Mike Kessling's turn. Again, he did not deliver the plans this turn, but he is going to be draining for 1 and 1. Uh, if you want to join the commentary, that'd be great. In some capacity, I'm all down. I'm all down for that. Okay, there's the cantina from Mike. Chandrilla hits down as well. So he has the Senator Mon Mothma on there, and he's got Chandrilla on the table. So uh, Brad did play Battle Order, so and no drains from Mike's this turn. Mike has a few cards left. There's R3T2. He is a special edition droid. While aboard your capital starship, adds 1 to power and 2 to the hyperspeed. And that starship is immune to attrition, less than 4. While at the central core, Death Star requires +2 to move. So makes it a hyperspeed of 5, 7 to 2. So yeah, you can move the Death Star now, or the Tantive 4 now, all the way down to Alderaan by itself. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it's not a bad little thing. Now you don't have to find like General Calrissian. You don't have to find the Falcon. So yeah, that's a cool little thing. I mean, that Tantive is loaded. Again, still in Mike's turn. I know he was saying earlier that he wanted to get this game in while his daughter naps, so. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about that either. The Leia's resistance transport with Rey. Um, it seemed like it was bait or something there. Again, still on Mike's turn, waiting to see what he wants to do here. So right now on the tandem, we have R2 and 3PO. The plans, Captain Ramus Antilles, Bail Organa, Senator Mothma, and the R3 T2 droid. That could be very well true, Charlie. Okay, so Mike does go into his move phase here. And there's a gravity shadow from Brad. Now, will that... But it doesn't hit because he draws Cardia. So, gravity shadow, the way it works... if the starship has begun to move, you draw Destiny, and if it's greater than the pilot's ability, the starship returns to its location, and it cannot move. If Destiny is equal to the pilot's ability, the starship is lost. Brad drew a 0. Captain Ramus Antilles is the pilot. He is ability of 2. If Brad would have drew a 2, the starship would have been lost. If he would have drew higher than the 2, it would not have moved. So Gravity Shadow then goes to the lost pile. So that would have been a huge blowout for Mike if it would have hit. And Mike just consolidates at Alderaan. He did deliver the plans, so he is able to take a card into hand from his deck. Yeah, the 2 would have just blew out Mike, and it would have been a bad day. But we move on. So, okay, Brad uses 3/4 with We Must Accelerate Our Plans. He's going to go get coarse and rough and irritating. Just like the feeling that if you get when your opponent plays Gravity Shadow. Activates, commence primary initiative. Here we go. Brad will attempt to blow up Alderaan. Super Laser will fire. He gets +5 because of the new effect. He draws a 5, so goodbye, Alderaan. Goodbye, Alderaan. Mike has to lose 3 cards. There goes Alderaan, out of commission and transmission terminated. And dodge. And Alderaan goes boom. I like the little animation. Mike plays aim high, so I'm guessing right here is the plans. You can't see it because the I don't care who wins or not. Right? No, that animation was worth the stream. Okay. Maul hits the table. And the Intimidator and Persecutor also goes down to Tatooine. Brad will retrieve 3. He'll have to pay 3, but he does retrieve 3. He only had 2 cards in his lost pile, so he will retrieve the Gravity Shadow and the Prepared Defenses. There's a Deflector Shield Generator as well. Now, Brad could easily play his Come Here, You Big Coward to cancel any drains because Alderaan is no longer a battleground. But, I mean, battle plan or battle order is already on the table, so I doubt that he's going to need to do that. Okay, there's the Coarse and Rough and Irritating from Brad. Stacks the Avenger and the Tarkin Doctrine onto the effect. Let's see, it looks like it's the regular Avenger. Interesting. And the Tarkin's Doctorate, so that one's kind of fun. Cardia hits the table. Now, again, the Death Star is a battleground now, as the effect adds a light side icon to it. So, Coruscant also hits the table for Brad. And it looks like that's all he's going to do this turn. Bail Organa's on the table. Great. So, I don't know if it's a drain of 0. Oh, you're right, yeah. Yep, you are correct, Greg. It only works at the battlegrounds. Yes, that's the other thing is on the 7 side of the objective, Brad can actually now take battle damage at Death Star sites. It is only on the 0 side that works. You may not force drain at Death Star sites. Your force drains and battle damage against you are canceled. Again, that's only on the 0 side. Mike's got 20 cards to work with this turn, and he's got a 12-card hand, so that's pretty significant. Brad has an 11-card hand as well. So let's see what Mike wants to do this turn. Before we do anything, we're in Mike's deploy phase. Brad's going to use Death Squadron assignment to take the Tyrant into hand. And Ahsoka Tano is going to go on to the Tantive 4 as a pilot. Interesting. I guess that's protection against the Gravity Shadow that we saw Brad play a couple turns ago. Luke goes down to the Cantina. It is now that would be a drain of 2 sites. That's going to allow him to take a card with I must be allowed to speak. Now, there's a lot of battlegrounds on the table, or battleground systems. See what Mike is going to do with the rest of his turn. I'm assuming he's going to move the Tantive and the Resistance Transport here. Owen, Lars, and Barua Lars hits the table, going down to the farm. They deploy for free. Mike deciding he wants to spread a little bit. General Aaron Kraken goes down to the Dune Sea. That's a good point, Greg. Yeah, it stops over the overwhelmed. Commander Vanden Willard goes down onto Leia's resistance transport. So we know that Brad has one Star Destroyer in his hand. Okay, here we go into Mike's move phase. Let's see where he's going to move the Tantive and the resistance transport. Okay, there goes the resistance transport. It's going to move over to Coruscant. That does flip Mike. Mike has 3 cards left in his force pile, so he can easily move that Tantive this turn. And being that the Tantive is immune to the super laser, you could move the Tantive over to the Death Star and threaten a drain of 4. But he's going to move the Tantive over to Cardia. Now, and with Willard on the table, Mike can also put cards back from his hand onto his use pile to take the top card of his reserve deck. And here we go into Brad's next turn. Brad is, again, like I said, threatening a drain of 2 at Tatooine this turn. But now that Mike has spread a little bit, he is threatening a lot of damage this turn. He's threatening a drain of 2 at Coruscant, I believe. Draining of 2 at Cardia, 2 at the Cantina, and then 1 in 1 as well. Into Brad's control phase. Let's see if he wants to drain. He's got 19 cards to work with. He is going to drain. It is a drain of 4. Mike did not pull his resistance shield there. Yep, drain plus 2, so yeah. Mike is probably realizing. Yep, Mike's saying in the chat, as you can tell, I am not familiar with your deck. That tells me that he did not realize that it's a drain plus 2 there at the Tatooine system because of the 7 side of the objective. So he does take 4. Escape Pod and Weird Doom, Shurit, Might of the Republic, and Antilles Remover all go lost. There's the ultimatum shield from Mike in response to the drain of 4. This is a fantasy sci-fi game. I don't care how I pronounce it. At least I'm pronouncing it. The Vengeance go down in front of the 10 of 4. Brad could retrieve 3, but he doesn't have a lost pile. I can't shake him to deploy a starship weapon or tractor beam. Will we see tractor beams? We will see a tractor beam. Tractor beam coming on to the Vengeance. Deflector shield generator. Makes that Star Destroyer immune to attrition less than 5. But again, Mike has 5 battlegrounds. Let's see, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's getting a total +4 because of his objective. Image of the Dark Lord going down to the Cantina, making that only a drain of 1 there. Brad might want to deploy somebody else onto the Vengeance this turn, or at least another Star Destroyer. That way, he can still try and capture the Tantive. Mike's saying that he's getting an error in the chat. I'm not sure what the error is. Let me try and refresh as well. Brad's saying he's not getting an error. Okay. Yeah, it does appear like the timers are frozen. Uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah, I want to say this happened in a game as well recently. I saw it happen, and what was it against? Yeah, this happened recently in a game against Hunt Down V and Watch Your Step. So I don't think it's anything to do with tracker games. But yeah, the clocks aren't moving over here. Yeah, Mike's asking in the chat if the clock is going down on Brad's screen. Uh, so with a tractor beam, that's weird. I have never seen that before. So while we wait to see what's going on here, with the tractor beam, okay, this is getting weird. Where's Adam when we need him? Yeah, anytime I try and click the... Okay, let's see if it's just the tractor beams. Yeah. No, the last thing that was done, Scott, was the image of the Dark Lord. So the tractor beams, at the end of a battle, you may target an opponent's starship using 2 force. Draw Destiny. If it's higher than the defense value, it's captured. So that part works. I'm assuming Brad in the chat asked if Mike had a sense. So that right there tells me that he has the interrupt in range. In range, does some crazy things with tractor beams. So for those who are wondering, I will actually pull up the scomp link really quick, just to show you in range the way it works. If you use a Star Story during weapon segment, use the tractor beams for free. Add 2 to the Destiny. If it's not captured, the target is power and maneuver +3 for the remainder of the battle. So, in the weapon segments, you can capture the the uh, the starship. Okay, so again, we are waiting. So again, the last thing that Brad did was play the. Yeah, no, like they're saying, Brad is asking about requesting the game to be canceled and then playing again. Okay, so they canceled the game. So this game has been canceled. Uh, that's really unfortunate. So yeah, I don't know what the players are going to be doing. Yeah, no, I'm really depressed about this one as well. While we wait, really quick, let's check out some of the other games. Right now, we have Crypto Fist versus Bruner in the Gem PC. The start deal is getting worse all the time versus Tatooine CPV. Uh oh. So I don't know if Gep is frozen for everyone. I'm going to go really quickly into that game just to check and see. Just watching to see the timers and everything, see what's going on with some of the games. Looks like this one's moving. Yeah, this one has their timers moving. Yeah, looks like Brad and Mike aren't in the chat, so. But while we have you guys here, remember on Wednesday, tune in onto Holo Theater as we're going to have Bill Kafer on to talk about the NPC. We'll also be revealing the matchups for the Outrider Cup, so make sure you watch that. Okay, Brad has put up a new game. Just waiting on Mike. Nationals has not been announced just yet. Okay, Brad has put again, like I said, Brad has put up a game, so waiting on to see what they're going to do. Let's see. So again, the NPC is right around the corner, so make sure you tune into so you sign up for that. Nationals again, they have not discussed on when it is going to be or where. Worlds will be in Atlanta this year, so that's going to be exciting. A lot of other things coming up this year. We just announced that Timo Dussel won the Holo Theater Guest of the Year, so congrats to Timo. And we're about to, as soon as I'm done with this game, I'm actually going to be working on a lot of the stuff for the Holo Theaters, the Holo Theater Heroes and Hosts packs. So make sure you guys get ready for those. Okay, waiting on Brad has his table up, so I don't know what I'm playing for Dark Side actually. Um, I could play anything, even a boat. I actually don't know what I'm playing for Dark Side. Okay, Mike is making sure that he can start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away for. Well, actually, no, I'll stay here. Uh, yeah, no, this is really unfortunate. That looked like it was going to be a fun game. We're going to see a lot of tractor beams, a lot of interesting things there. Uh, I was not expecting tractor beams. I wasn't even expecting set your course for Alderon. I was expecting Brad to play Hunt Down. He's been playing Hunt Down for quite a while now, so I was really expecting like Hunt Down. Then again, Mike was probably putting him on a Hunt Down as well, so that could have been interesting. But no, I will say at least Brad got to blow up the Death Star because, or the Alderon with the Death Star, because that kind of that animation was kind of cool. But no, excuse me, sorry. Okay, so again, we are waiting on the players to figure out what's going on with Gep. Like I said, kind of unfortunate that it happened this way. It looked like it was going to be a really fun game between them. No, Timo, we play tomorrow at this time. Okay, so we have one of the people saying to start, so we're going to, both players are ready. And here we go. Game 2 between Brad and Mike. Oh, Brad takes. Brad decides to play Ral Ops versus Mike's Diplo. I don't know if this is allowed or not. Bill, if you're there, please tell me if they are allowed to change decks because of this. So we have Robs versus Diplo. I'm sorry, everybody. Definitely not as exciting as the other game would have been. Brad going with the Insignificant Rebellion, Imperial Restore, and Endor Shield. Mike playing exactly the same deck, like a boss. I'm actually rooted for Mike now, just because he decided to keep with the same deck. Grabbers from both players. Brad activates. Mike gets out Goldenrod. Okay, there's the Spaceport Street from Brad. Piet goes down to the Executor docking bay. Now he can pull a commander. Moment of Triumph's going to get Aruda out for Brad. This little helper there, get yourself a battleground system. Yep. Pretty much that's all it does. Just to get a system. Commander Desane. Desane is going to allow Brad to pull a shuttle. There's an Decree V. So we go from a game that's really exciting and has like some twists and turns and everything to a game that's going to be straightforward and a grind. So we have an answer from one of the slicers. The problem was there's an infinite loop on GEMP. That's the good news. The bad news is the fix involves going in and rewriting part of the code in GEMP, and it's like the messiest code. So maybe they'll work on it tonight. Who knows? I would love for them to work on it tonight. Okay, Mike, let's start his turn. Oh, excuse me. There is Alderaan. It's the light side Alderaan this time. Mike's going to get the farm out, and again, he should be able to possibly flip this turn if he really wants to. Or at least deliver the planes. Sorry, not flip. Yep, there's the R3T2 that will deliver the plans. Alderon is sitting. The Tana 4 is sitting at Alderon after Mike gets the plans over there. So, not a bad turn for Mike. Got his droid out. Was able to get the plans over there. And after delivering the plans, Mike will draw a few cards. Mike drawing up to 12, saving 3. Into Brad's next turn, he is going to use Asane to pull the Emperor's personal shuttle. I like how the chat was bumping and excited for that game, and then now everything just... we just lose everybody. Okay, there is the prefect's office from Brad. Kirikanos comes down. He's going to pull a Royal Guard. Nope, no Royal Guard for Brad. No docking bay on routes here as well, so Brad won't be able to flip this turn. So he's got the prefect's office, and he's got the Spaceport Street on the table. Antilles maneuver coming down from Mike. I believe he's going to go get like Captain Antilles onto the Tana 4. He uses 2 force. Nope, he's going to get Commander Willard onto the Tana 4. Now that's going to allow him to put cards back from his hand into his used pile to draw the top card off of his deck. There's the coarse and rough and irritating from Brad. Let's see what cards he stacks onto it. He's got Alter and Colonel David John on there. So again, there is no docking bay, so he can't docking bay transit Piet and Asane to Ralatir right now. He moves into his battle phase, and he just leaves Ozzel sitting by himself this turn. I mean, he's got the decree on the table. Okay, he's going to move Kirikanos over with Ozzel. That seemed rather interesting. I mean, he didn't have to go down. Well, he didn't really have to go down with Ozzel. Like, I don't know why he split up the two, especially if he didn't know that especially him not knowing that the docking bay wasn't there. Okay, he draws. He's going to draw to 14 cards in his hand. Let's see if he saves one. He does save one, and he will pass turn over to Mike. There's the cantina from Mike. Leia comes down and her transport. Ray hopping down onto the transport for free. Okay, Mike plays a Might of the Republic. That will allow him to pull Bail Organa. Again, Bail only works at Battlegrounds. So once he moves the native back over to Tatooine, he'll be able to flip, and he will actually make it a drain of 1 there. Once, well, it'll be a drain of 2, but once Brad flips, it'll be a drain of 1. No, I think the game plan is for Mike to set up on Tatooine, uh, get his celebration going, and then get as much damage as he can. So with Bale on the table, the Cantina is a drain of 3, Tatooine is a drain of 2. If he can get the celebration going, he should be able to mitigate a lot of the damage that Brad is doing. So, but we'll see. I doubt it's the Docking Bay's the final card in the force pile. Brad would have drew it up if otherwise. Yeah, I mean it's still a drain of 1 at Tatooine and a drain of 2 at the Cantina though. So it's still pretty significant. And the fact that the fact that Mike is saving 3 cards shows that he's got some sort of evasion to get Leia out of the Cantina. Okay, so here we go with Brad's next turn. He's got a 14 card hand. Dasani is going to attempt to pull a shuttle. No shuttle was there for Brad. Again, we know he's got the Emperor shuttle in his hand. There's another Might of the Republic for Mike. No battle plan on the table, so that's a drain of 1 for Brad. Mike will lose that Might of the Republic he just played. Mike or Brad does need to flip, so he needs to negate some of that damage that Mike is doing. But again, what it's going to come down to is if Mike can get the if Mike can get to a celebration here quick, then he's going to be in a really good spot. I know Jill Olsen was doing a stream game recently with me, and we were talking about this. So again, I think that's the line of play for Mike at this point. And you got to think Mike is familiar with this matchup, so he knows what to do there. Okay, there's the flip from Brad. So that's going to negate the bail damage. But again, because Leia's at the Cantina, it's a drain of 2 there. It's a drain of 1 on at Tatooine. Expand the Empire. So now what's interesting is that's going to actually help out Brad a lot. So expand the Empire says expand your game text for that site to add to the game text at adjacent sites. So this one in particular, if your Imperial leaders here, Imperials at the same and related sites are power and forfeit +1. So yeah, that's pretty good. Lieutenant Commander Arden comes down to the Cantina. So Brad right now is getting a +3 from his objective. Mike is getting a +2. There's the dodge. So again, like I said, there's some sort of evasion from Mike. See if Brad has anything to get around to cancel the dodge. Nope, he is going to grab. So he grabs the dodge first. Let's see. He could still have like an imbalance to, or he could have something to cancel the react. He does not. So Leia will react away. Now that goes from a drain of 2 down to a drain of 1 at the Dune Sea. And Brad will consolidate some of his locations and pass turn over to Mike. Expecting Desane and Piet to docking bay transport. Yep, there they go. They go from one docking bay to another. So he was able to get Mike off that drain of 2 at the Cantina. So not a bad sequence of events there for Brad. But again, the most important thing is he still does not occupy a battleground system. So he will have to pay to drain if Mike pulls battle plan. Okay, and now we are into the draw phase for Brad. Okay, Brad's going to play Point Man, and then he is going to draw a card and pass his turn. Excuse me. While we are allowing Mike to activate, I'm going to step aside really quick and get myself some coffee because, yeah, why not? So Brad will, or we go into Mike's turn. Mike's going to activate. He uses 1. He uses Willard. And he's then going to use Walkling. That will get him his celebration this turn. So he activates. He's got quite a few cards in his force pile to use this turn. There's a drain of 1 at the Dune Sea. Again, he doesn't have to pay. Battle plan and battle order are not on the table, and even if they were, he doesn't have to worry about it. Okay, there goes a Grand Inquisitor for Mike, or there goes the Grand Inquisitor for Brad, and a ceasefire as well. The Grand Inquisitor is not a bad card to lose. I mean, he does draw Destiny by himself. Mike attempts to go get another site with his objective. He misses the pool. The only site that's left is Mos Eisley. Mon Mothma coming down, so he could get out that Chandrilla this turn. Yep, there's Chandrilla. So he gets a 0 out of his deck. Everybody likes getting 0s out of their deck. And Nara going down to the Cantina. Again, right now, Mike is going to get a +3 from his objective. Brad is also getting a +3. There's the celebration that we were talking about again. So that's going to mitigate a lot of the damage that Brad is going to put into effect here. Now, Brad could easily have like a masterful move combo in his hand or in his deck to play against the to cancel the celebration. Okay, Chewbacca Protector hits the table. Again, we were just talking about that in the chat. Brad does have the barrier, so Chewbacca will not be able to battle this turn. Chewbacca would have canceled Lieutenant Arnett's game text, so he would not be drawing a Destiny. But Brad does have the Imperial Decree V on the table, so he wouldn't get Destiny that way. Okay, Chewie does cancel Ardenne's game text, though. And we have our first battle. Brad will use his Imperial Decree V to get a battle Destiny. Mike draws a 5. It is +3 because of the objective. So that's an 8. Brad tries to play close call, but Mike has they're tracking us. So close call is canceled. Brad draws a 3, and it becomes 6. So Brad will have to lose 1. So Mike does retrieve because of the objective. And the site is cleared. Only Chewbacca remains. So, not a bad battle for Mike. Brad, again, lucky that he was able to do that. I am expecting, yep, Leia will join Chewie over in the Cantina, threatening a drain of 3 there. Or, sorry, a drain of 2. Because Brad is currently flipped. And there's the battle plan from Mike. So now if he does want to drain, he will have to pay 3. Again, all those drains are only only 1 there. Yeah, the Nice Sister would be pretty good. Rey comes down to the Dune Sea. And that will end Mike's turn as we move into Brad's. Brad generating 18, so he's going to have a lot of force to work with this turn. He's got a 9-card hand. Mike has a 10-card hand. He skips past his control phase. Mike denies it. And there's the Spaceport City from Brad. Interesting to see that Mike denied the revert. I didn't see any like information from that was gained, so yeah, I'm not too sure about the why he denied. Blizzard 4 comes down to the Dune Sea. Goldenrod is on the table. Yep, Tarkin will be coming down for 2 force. See if he's got somebody else to come down with Tarkin. Mike is getting a +2 to his total battle destiny. Mike is Mike is getting a +2. Brad is getting a +3 right now. Oh, he saw the top of his deck. Okay, that explains the deny. Thank you, Charlie. Thrawn comes down as well. The Emperor's personal shuttle goes down to Aruda. Oh, oh God, how I miss coffee. So that's Grand Admiral Thrawn V. So he's a general. Tarkin will add a battle destiny with Thrawn. A Day Long Remembered will hit the table. That is a Batmouse card. Below the table, all immunity to attrition is -3. You may not fire permanent weapons. If opponent just lost a Jedi or a battle, they lose 1 force. During your draw phase, you lose a force or place the effect into the use pile. So if Brad wins this battle against Rey, he will then cause Mike to lose a card. No. Uh, no, Greg. Here we go. Battle at the Dune Sea, just like in the movies. There is the second battle destiny with Grand Moff Tarkin. Ka-re-da. Kareda. Karida. Charlie. Grega. Aim high hits the table. Ray will draw the bottom card of Mike's force pile. Brad draws a 6 for his first destiny. Cardia. Aruda. He will then use Instinct After Rebellion. He's going to exchange the Emperor with the Grand Inquisitor. The Emperor is on his shuttle at Aruda. Emperor will go to the Lost Pile, and the Grand Inquisitor will come back to his hand. Again, he drew a 6, and there's a 3 for the second destiny. So he's got a total of, he's got 9 right now, and the 3 makes it 12. So 24-4. Mike draws a 4 for his battle destiny. It's a +1 with Rey, and then a +2 because of the objective. So that is a 7. I don't like sand. Goes into Mike's hand. So unless he's got, so there's the force ping to a Day Long Remembered. Thrawn goes to the Lost Pile. Mike will lose. I don't like sand. Rey goes to the Lost Pile. He's got 6 in battle damage left. And there's the Hojix. So no overflow for Mike there. Tarkin hops off of the Blizzard 4. And Brad only has one card left in his force pile, so he's only going to have 3 cards to work with next turn. Hojix. Hey, at one point I called it Hojinx, so I don't want to hear it. There's the upkeep for Blizzard 4, and we move on over to Mike's turn. Mike has a 9-card hand. Brad only has 3. Here we go with Mike's turn. He activates 18. He's got 4 cards left. Oh, Jinx. Better than Joe Jinx, I'll tell you that. Again, here we go. Drain of 1 at Tatooine for Mike. Brad loses Gick out of his use pile. Drain of 2 at Cantina. Moff Gideon goes to the lost pile. And a barrier. Again, Mike will be able to retrieve one with the Tatooine celebration. Into Mike's deploy phase. Let's see what he's going to do this turn. Okay, there's Mos Eisley. So now he can start doing the Mos Eisley shuffle. Ahsoka goes down to Ralatir at the Spaceport City. Now, what's important here is if Mike will move the latest Resistance transport over to Ralatir, that would flip Brad back. Jin goes down to the Dune Sea. That will block the drain there. Hera Syndulla also will join Ahsoka. Yeah, Charlie, I think the only ship that can actually make it this turn is the Tantive because of the droid, but you really don't want to give up the Tantive because we know that Mike or Brad is playing the Vader's shuttle. Okay, so he's going to docking bay. He's going to ship dock here, moving some of his stuff around. Actually, no. I want to say, yeah, no. The transport can make it if he moves the droid over. Nope, he moves the Tantive 4 over. That will flip Brad back. Yeah, all he had to do was move the droid. And it's not, I don't know, like, yeah, that's a good point. We knew it because he drew it for Destiny last turn, so yeah, it should be buried this turn. Okay, here we go into Brad's turn. So let's see what he's going to do here. He is threatening drains of 4, or a total of 4 right now. Yep, no shuttle for Brad. He's got 2 cards left in his reserve deck. There's drain of 1. Again, he is going to make Mike lose 4 cards this turn. Okay, there goes Bright Hope. Drain of 1 at the office. Mike loses Antilles maneuver off the top. I don't think it's 2. There goes an commission. And, oh, yeah, it is 2. 2 at the system. Sorry, I wasn't really familiar with the new this system. So there goes It's a Hit and We're Doomed. Escape pod combo. Death Trooper comes down to Ralatier. And Mara Jade's shuttle. So that will flip Brad back. The Grand Inquisitor joins the fun on the Mara Jade ship. And we have another battle. Brad is getting +4 or 5. He's getting a +5, so his first destiny is a 4. So he's got 9 right now. That's going to get rid of R2 and the droid. He draws a 1 for the second destiny, so he's got 5. So that's going to bring him up to 10. Mike getting a +4 to his total battle destiny. He draws a 4, so that's going to get rid of both the Inquisitor and the ship. Mike takes they're tracking us into his hand. Yep, that's going to get rid of the 2 droids for Mike. There goes the Grand Inquisitor, and the Mara Jade ship has to go lost as well. Yep, there goes R2, D2, and C3PO. They did their job. And yep, and there goes the other droid as well, the R3T2 droid. So Bail Organa sticks around. Yeah, that was like the work. Like drawing the 1 there hurt Brad so much. If he drew anything other than the 1, he would have been fine. Because the droid only had a forfeit value of 3. If he could have got rid of Bail Organa there, I think it would have been okay. Yeah. At this point, Brad needs to find his masterful move combo if he's playing it. Blizzard 4 moves over to Moss Eisley. And Jin will move over as well. Jin joins them as well, so yep. And Brad will continue just to move around his characters on Ralatier. So Min will join the Death Trooper. They do get 2 Battle Destiny there. Mike also gets 2 Battle Destiny, though. He only works at Battlegrounds. Yeah. While in Senate majority are the stolen tapes on table, your 4 strings at Battlegrounds with Iranians of ability less than 4. Oh, that's right. And Brad will now end his turn. He said he's not gonna. He's only got 2 cards in his hand, so the fact that he's running out of cards really quickly, he needs to restabilize his hand at this point. Mike has a nice big hand. I mean, He did move the Blizzard 4 over to stop Mike from doing the Cantina Shuffle this turn, or at least for now. He still can do the Cantina Shuffle. Yeah, Brad's not in a good position. Okay, drains 2 at Relatier. And Bale does get around that because it is a dark side location. So there goes a Tempest Scout 6 from the top of the reserve deck. There goes a Day-Long Remembered as well. Drain of 2 at the Cantina. There goes Vader and Imbalance combo. And drain of 1 at Tatooine. So he still can do the Cantina Shuffle. There goes the Conquest. He can move over like Chewie or Leia this turn, retrieve 2 with Celebration, and then battle after he moves the second one as well. Okay, he's still in his control phase. He uses Vanden Willard. Yep, Leia will move over. It is in the control phase, so yeah, Mike's going to retrieve 2 this turn. So he's going to retrieve the 2 droids that he just lost in that battle. Yeah, I think Jin attacking would have been better. Yeah. Okay, Chewie and Leia are facing down Tarkin and Blizzard 4 at Mos Eisley. Owen and Baru hit the table. Captain Cassian Andor goes down in front of Izzard. Solo comes down as well. No, it's not good because he's gonna flip Mike, or Mike is gonna flip Brad back. Jin breaks her cover. Here we go. Battle at Ralatier. Cassian and Solo versus Ysain Izzard. Brad will take a card off the sand effect. He's going to take, he took off, I believe it's a character. Colonel David John off of Coarse and Rough and Irritating. Mike will draw a 4. It is a 10. Brad draws a 4 as well, and it becomes a 9. Or no, an 8. So, yeah, that's going to clear the location for both. Uh, yeah, so Brad will have to peel one card here to not flip back. Let's see if he realizes that. Mike will win the battle, so he'll be able to retrieve one if he wants to. Secret Plans is on the table, so he would have to use one force. He does use the force to retrieve one. He will retrieve the escape pod combo. Cassian goes to the lost pile. There goes the Stormtrooper garrison for Brad. Solo goes to the lost pile as well, and now Isard can go to the lost pile. So Brad will not flip back, at least this turn. And we now go into Mike's draw phase. He's got nothing left in his force pile, so he can't draw any cards. And here we go with Brad's next turn. Life force counts are 19 to 12 in favor of Mike. He lost the garrison in the battle. He peeled the garrison to keep Isard on the table. Here we go. Drains of 1, 1, and 2. There goes an escape pod combo off the top. He loses Shirut off the top as well. Willard would use his game text. And drain of 2 at the dark side system. Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Brad went with Ralops here. You're putting a ton of cards on the table. Okay, Vader's personal shuttle will come down to Ralatier. With Darth Vader on it. And we have another battle. Vader on his shuttle against Bail Organa and the Tan of 4. Draws a 5 for the first Destiny. That will become a 9. So that's going to get rid of Bail and the Tanov. Now that's important because now Brad can just he's not going to be he's still flipped, so all those drains Mike loses all that bonus to the drains with the with Bail. Yep, that's not the shuttle. That's not the virtual shuttle. That's the old one. So, for those who are not familiar, while Vader aboard, opponent must have ability of greater than 5 to draw Battle Destiny at the same system. There goes Bail Organa. Willard would put Bail into the use pile, and there goes the 10 of 4. Vader will move the shuttle from Relatier to Chandrila. And he'll move around his guys on Relatier as well. He did catch him with less ability. Okay, Mike is threatening drains of 1 next turn at Relatier. Again, life force counts are 12 for Brad, 16 for Mike. It's still a pretty close game. However, Mike is about to retrieve 2 with Celebration. Looks like he got Bail Organa back out of his deck. Yeah, you're right. He can do the Cantina Shuffle, so he retrieves 3, and then he drains for 2. There goes the ceasefire off the top of Brad's use pile. Yep, Jin will shuffle, and there we go. Retrieving 3 with the Celebration. He'll retrieve the 10 of 4 Profundity, and they're tracking us. Yeah, Brad having not found his Masterful Move combo, it's not a good thing. Again, like I said, I'm really surprised that Brad went with Ral Ops here. Ral Ops is, it's not, at least from what I'm saying, it's not in a good position. Diplo beats, it's got a hard match with Diplo, which is still a good deck. It still has a kind of a hard matchup with like Legend and all the light side mains deck that are being ran around right now. Luke, Rebel Scout, comes down to Relatier in front of Ozzel and Kier Kanos. Bale comes down onto Leia's Resistance Transport. Shirit's on the top of his lost pile. Okay, here we go into the battle phase for Mike. Again, so right now Mike is getting a +5 to his total battle destiny. Brad is getting a +4. Is it only a +3? Nope. Locations. Total battle is plus X, where X is the number of Relatier locations your Imperials occupy. So, +4. Yeah. Oh, wait. No, you're right. It is +3. I thought Vader was still at Relatier. So, Ahsoka moves over in front of the Death Trooper and Min. So we're about to see drains of 2, 1, and 1. So 4 damage to Mike. However, Mike is going to get that 3 of it, at least 3 of it, back next turn with Celebration. There goes the Might of the Republic from Mike's hand. After the drain of 1 at Chandrilla. Attempt to pull a shuttle with the Sane. No shuttle to be found. Drain of 1 at the Spaceport Docking Bay. There goes an Antilles maneuver off the top. And drain of 2 at the Death Star system. The Death Star Battleground system. Whose name eludes me right now. There goes another Might of the Republic and General Aaron Kraken. Okay, into Brad's deploy phase. Colonel David John comes down in front of Hera. So now he gets a +4 from his objective. Brad is no cards in his hand at this point, so let's see what he's going to do here. David John has a lot of power. Do. Is that how you pronounce it? God. And here I thought you guys were like Team Nice Million, but apparently you guys are just grammar Nazis. Plays Might of the Republic to shuffle up his deck. Yeah, both players are getting 1 destiny there. Brad will draw a 4 for his battle destiny. Bringing his total up to 8. Mike getting a lot. Oh, he draws a 1. However, he's getting +5, so it becomes a 6. Difference of 6 in battle damage. Both players just lose the characters that they have on the table. No overflow is taken. Yep, and the profundity was taken into hand, so. Okay, here we go. Battle against Luke, Ozzel, and Kyrkanos. It would be pretty much a big blowout if Mike could react and then get rid of Ozzel. No react, so draws a 2 for Battle Destiny. It is going to become a 5. So Luke should be able to stick around. Draws a 1 for his Battle Destiny. Again, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Draws a 5 for Battle Destiny. Mike can either lose Luke or 8 cards. I'm assuming he's going to lose Luke. There goes Kyrkanos to the lost pile for Brad. Yep, Luke goes to the lost pile. And we have another battle at the Mos Eisley. At Mos Eisley, Tarkin and Blizzard 4 against Chewie and Leia. Leia gets a destiny to attrition. Brad needs to draw really big here. Draws a 6. He draws Image of the Dark Lord. He has 9 total. That will get rid of Chewie and Leia. Mike draws a 1. It becomes 5. And he draws a 5 for attrition. So that's going to clear the location for both players. Tarkin goes to the lost pile. Chewie goes to the lost pile. Blizzard 4, again, goes to the lost pile. And Leia goes to the lost pile. So now what's important is it gets rid of Leia. It stops one retrieval for Mike. And we have another battle. Oh, he says wrong action. I know Mike denied a revert earlier. Let's see if he allows this one, though. He allows it. Okay. So that gets rid of one retrieval for Mike. It also gets rid of one of the targets for Bail. So now it's a drain of 1 at the Cantina and a drain of 1 at Tatooine. Min runs away. And the Death Trooper runs away as well. Brad will use the once per game with Walkling to retrieve one. He's going to have to pay 1 to retrieve the Leia that he just lost. Life Force counts are right now 16 to 10 in favor of Mike. Again, Mike is going to be threatening 3 points of damage and a retrieval of 3 this turn. So that's a 6-4 swing, essentially. If Brad is not running Masterful Move, I'm calling this game over. Okay, here we go. Drains of 1 at Relics here from Ahsoka. There goes an image of the Dark Lord off the top. Jin drains for 1 as well at the Cantina. There goes We Must Accelerate Our Plans. Drain of 0 at the Lars Moisture Farm. And drain of 1 at Tatooine. Brad will lose a Death Trooper to that drain. Mike will retrieve with the Tatooine Celebration. He retrieves Chewie and Luke. And I'm assuming, I think he's got Leia in his hand, so if he goes down with Leia, say against, yep, Leia goes down in front against Ozzel, this should do it. Mike will win, and Brad concedes. So congrats to Mike on it, on your victory. Really rough match. I mean, what really stinks is that we had an exciting game on game 1 with tractor beams and set your course and everything. So, yeah, congrats to Mike on your victory. Hopefully you make the top 8. Brad, why'd you pick Rattle Hops? But thanks everybody for watching today. It has been fun. Again, make sure you tune in onto Holo Theater this Wednesday as we do the seedings for the NPC as well as the matchups for the Outrider Cup. It's new year, new Holo Theater, so I have a bunch of exciting stuff planned for everybody. So make sure you guys tune in, and I'll see everybody Wednesday. Until then, take care and have a good rest of your weekend.